Let's continue with our discussion of market value creation. Specifically, we want to talk now about supply chain management activities. Let's look at a definition of supply chain management as defined by the Council of Supply Chain Management Professionals. You can find a link here to a glossary of terms, and we're going to use that glossary of terms to define most of the definitions we'll be talking about today. But basically, supply chain management means finding a source and actually purchasing things that you need for your organization, and then converting those things. Maybe you might convert raw materials into a particular product that you sell, and all logistics management activities. We'll discuss the term logistics in a little bit. Supply chain management also includes coordination and collaboration with all the channel partners. We're going to be talking about that a little bit more. Some of these channel partners might be suppliers, intermediaries, third-party service providers, and of course, customers. Basically, supply chain management integrates the supply and demand management within and across companies. So we look at, how do we actually take the demand for a good or service and coordinate how we supply that to make that match. So supply chain management links major business functions and business processes across companies, so that it's not always just one company that ultimately supplies a good and service to a customer. That company being able to do so depends upon the activities of many other companies many times as well. We've also noted that it's going to include logistics management, which we'll be discussing, and the coordination of processes and activities across marketing, sales, product design, finance, and information technology. Again, that definition is from the Council of Supply Chain Management Professionals. Let's go on and break this down a little bit. Several times I've talked to you about the term logistics, and what do we mean there? By definition, from this same Council of Supply Chain Management Professionals, logistics means the efficient and effective transportation and storage of goods and services. And this means from the point of origin to where those goods and services originate to the point of consumption by the ultimate consumer, and for the whole purpose of conforming to customer requirements. And so it's important that the center focus of supply chain management and logistics activities is getting the customer what they need, and that's why there's that fit under marketing. More simply defined, logistics could just be defined as getting the right amount of the right products to the right place at the lowest possible cost, because really that's what the customer wants. They want the amount they want the products they want them where they want them, and they want them at the lowest possible cost. So that's that concept of logistics. Let's look at some other common supply chain management terms. First of all, marketing or distribution channel. You could call it a marketing channel or a distribution channel. These are the companies or the individuals who participate in the flow of goods from the manufacturer to the final user or consumer. Logistics we've already defined. A distributor or wholesaler, and wholesaler is probably the preferred term here. These are businesses that act as third-party representatives or distribution points for a manufacturing firm. So the manufacturer might sell those goods and services to a wholesaler, and then those wholesalers perform some perhaps light assembly or kitting of goods, but generally um, don't sell to the consumer. These distributors or wholesalers purchase goods in quantities from the manufacturer and they ship to customers, and usually their customers would be retailers in smaller quantities. A retailer then is an individual which purchases from a manufacturer or a distributor or wholesaler and resells them to the ultimate consumer. So by definition, if you're selling to the ultimate consumer, you are a retailer. And so we might have a person who's selling door to door, they would be defined as a retailer. A corner or mom and pop store would be a retailer. A global company like Walmart is a retailer. An online store like Amazon is a retailer. So the key to a retailer, retailers are intermediaries, but they're people who sell to the ultimate consumer. Stock out is a term when there is no stock available to fill a customer or production order. So the customer comes, they don't have the stock that they want, that's called a stock out. And if you run out of stock, this can be very costly to your business because first of all, you're going to lose the profit that you would have made having not sold that item, but more importantly, you might lose goodwill or your reputation with that customer, or you might even lose the customer if you don't have substitutions available. Order cycle time refers to how much time it takes for an order to be placed and an order to be received. So if you do stock out, what's the order cycle time, the amount of time it's going to take until you have that requested item available for sale again to your consumer or customer? Let's look again at this concept of the difference between supply chain and marketing channel. A supply chain includes everybody from the suppliers to the producers, and then the producers use intermediaries like wholesalers or retailers who then might sell to consumers, while a marketing channel focuses on the producer to the consumer, leaving out suppliers to the producer. So that should help you differentiate a little bit between the concept of supply chain and marketing channel. Probably supply chain management is one of the hardest concepts for students to get an understanding of because you see other aspects of market value creation. You see the products created, you see their prices, you see their integrated marketing communications. But the distribution or supply chain management aspect of marketing goes on behind the scenes, so the customer never really sees how that product that they buy or service that they buy, how it actually got to them. But still, this is a very, very important aspect of marketing.